Sooner Scoop HD.
It's been huge, not only on the court but in the weight room too. Like Coach said, he's gotten a lot bigger and stronger, and so I think another thing is just he's so much more patient. He's that kind of older veteran guy that knows the game and sees the game and has been in the system, and so he's just gotten a lot better at making reads, delivering passes, knocking down shots, just like we need him to. So that's been huge.
So he had some big games last year, obviously. But do you feel like just obviously growing up with him, playing with him, do you feel like there's even more room for him to grow, more room for him to improve, especially on the field or on the floor this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think there always is, right? I think if you go ask him if he can still obviously continue to improve, he's going to say absolutely. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of that's just all of us guys. I mean, we're all looking, what's that next step I can take to, really elevate my game to the next level. And so I think that he's going to continue to get better as the season goes and he gets more comfortable playing around our guys, and it's going to be good for us.
What kind of growth do you see in your game? Just here over the summer, development, and then just on the experience from last year?
Yeah. I'd say just the biggest step of growth for me was just the comfortability, just being able to know that you belong and you fit in, and you're kind of a guy that we're going to rely on to score the ball and get rebounds and make winning plays for us to win some big games this year. And so I think that's been a huge part of it. As far as just developing, I mean, I've been working a lot on my shot with our new assistant coaches that have been in. I've been working a ton on my shot and my inside game as well. I mean, I think Coach loves the versatility of myself and Jalen being able to, post up and then be able to stretch the court and shoot the three as well. And so we've been working a lot on that and just, kind of making plays, doing whatever we can to help us win games.
What is it with Coach Brady? Just as far as I think Tanner said, the shot doctor.
Yeah.
What is it? Form or is it technique? Stuff like that.
It's strictly technique, form. I mean, he's huge into that. He's been doing it for a long time now, so decades, and so he's worked with a ton of professionals and fixed their shot, and so it's been good for me to kind of make those adjustments and just make everything so much more consistent.
I'm sure that's like anything. When you see the progress that you're making, is you get more confident in what you're doing, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you start to make these adjustments and you're watching film. Okay, my shot's looking way better on film now than it did last year, and you're making shots, and so that's obviously it's really nice to see that all the work's paying off.
Porter talks about the just distributors, point guards. You guys have a couple guys that can really dish it.
Yeah.
What does that do for an offense as far as what you guys are trying to do, hanging out on the wings?
I mean, it's huge for a guy like me who's probably going to be the recipient of a lot of, one more threes and cuts and stuff like that, where these guys are going to be able to find me. But we have some unbelievable passers that we've got in this program, and so it's been a big step for us because we're kind of getting used to it and always having your head on a swivel because the ball could be coming at any angle at any time, and so that's been good for us. And just for me personally, a guy who spends a lot of time just kind of drifting around the wing and then occasionally making cuts. I mean, it's been good because they're able to find me and make these passes that are pretty unbelievable. So
you mentioned kind of drifting around. As someone who plays off ball primarily offensively, how hard is it to deal with the guard turnover from last year? With your guards moving around and having new people come in, how hard is it to build that instant chemistry?
Yeah, I mean, we've been good about it. I mean, we're kind of used to it at this point. I mean, that's just what the college basketball culture is nowadays. It's like, you're going to have a set of guards one year, and then the next year they're going to graduate, transfer portal. I mean, the game has just changed so much, and so we've gotten pretty good at adapting to new guards. I mean, even last year they were completely new guards that we've never played with before, and so I think it's just getting to know them off the court a little bit and building that chemistry, and then just getting in the gym with them, working with them, playing open gym, and just working with them in practice and kind of gaining that comfortability with them.
Especially like with Joe and Grant, have you kind of started to pick up on some of their tendencies when they're driving and kind of where you feel out there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we switch 1 through 4, so I get switched onto those guys all the time, and so I've gotten a lot better at kind of reading what they like to do, and so it's fun. But they're unbelievably crafty players, so I mean they still get me quite a bit because they're just really good offensive players, and so we're excited to have them on our team.
Seems like there's some real excitement about the freshmen. What have just been your early impressions getting them in early?
Yeah, it's crazy because, obviously I'm used to seeing people like me who are freshmen coming in and they're like, okay, well, we're going to probably redshirt you and develop you over the years. But it's like every single freshman that we had come in this year, they're ready to play. And they're like Big 12, any Power 5 conference, like they can make an impact right away. And so it's just crazy to see just how much better these kids are that are coming in now than they were 4 or 5 years ago. And so we got pretty lucky with a really good recruiting class on the court and even off the court too. I mean, they're all unbelievable guys, and so it's been awesome. I mean, as far as where this program is going in the future, if those guys hang around, I mean, we're gonna be really good.
There's like this, I think, mystique about Benny just because nobody's ever seen him. What kind of player is he, and how has that adjustment period been? Just living in America and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think if you ask Benny, he'd probably say it's been interesting. I mean, he thinks of us. It was actually fun going over to Europe for the first time because he was able to like help us out. Like, yeah, this is what they do. Like, this is the normal for them.
Yeah.
And so kind of get used to it. And so he was able to help us out over there, and then vice versa. We've been able to like give him some tips and stuff over here and stuff like that. But so Benny's actually just coming off he's getting back from his knee injury, so he's been only going live in practice for a week or so, and so it's hard to tell right now. Obviously, he's coming back into it, and so I think he's going to end up being pretty good for us down the road. Whether that's this year or the years to come, but it's definitely fun having that kind of different culture, different country type thing in the locker room with us. I mean, I think it brings us all together a little bit.
Sooner Scoop HD.